Primarily, with Seabold Disinfection Technologies, we aim to protect our healthcare workers from getting infected with COVID-19. Because there is a great need for disinfection mechanisms, the Seabold COVID Task Force Disinfection Team developed 3. The first, Sanipod, a self-contained disinfecting cubicle. Second, the Powered Air Purifying Respirator, better known as the PAPR. And third, the Clean Intubate, a laryngoscope blade disinfection device. Now, the virus spreads primarily through droplets of saliva or discharge from the nose when an infected person coughs or sneezes. So this puts healthcare workers at high risk of infection. Now, one way to mitigate this is through the use of disinfection to decrease the chance of spreading the virus to people and objects within COVID-heavy environments. The Sanipod is made to address this challenge. This technology is a self-contained cubicle that aims to provide disinfection for healthcare workers as they leave a potentially contaminated area. The Sanipod is a cost-effective, self-contained disinfection cubicle. It will be beneficial in areas such as the triage and entrances or exits of rooms, wards, clinics where COVID-19 patients are being managed. So the disinfection cubicle, such as the Sanipod, ensures the medical personnel that aside from wearing their PPE, they are given an extra layer of protection from any pathogen, in this case, the COVID. Now, it also provides the very, very important psychological assurance to healthcare workers that they are able to go home, back to their loved ones, clean.
While COVID-19 causes death to infected patients, it is also highly contagious for those who care for them. The use of PPEs is one of the appropriate strategies to prevent infection among healthcare workers. One type of PPE is a Powered Air Purifying Respirator, or a PAPR, which can be used for high-risk procedures by healthcare workers at risk from aerosol or droplet spread. It uses a pump that moves contaminated air through a high-efficiency particulate filter. The contaminant-free air is then channeled to the faceplate of the wearer and is breathed by the healthcare worker. Seabold's PAPR will be an innovative version of the commercially available ones. Apart from providing the additional type of protection for the needs of the healthcare workers, it was created to automatically respond to the respiratory requirements of its users. It was designed primarily to benefit the healthcare workers and lab technicians in the COVID referral centers. However, we see potential in its use by the military, the policemen, and the firemen in the front lines.
Patients diagnosed with COVID-19 infection who develop severe or critical pneumonia will require airway-related procedures such as tracheal intubation. A laryngoscope is a medical device used for intubation. It is a semi-critical item that requires high-level disinfection using chemical disinfectants. The tedious manual cleaning and disinfection involves a significant amount of handling through the different solutions. However, there's a possibility that it might lead to tears in the surgical gloves, possible spills and splashes, and contact with the detergent and disinfecting solutions. With this, we realize that there is an increasing need to develop medical devices that will help healthcare workers and lessen the burden of exposure and possible risks from the manual laryngoscope blade disinfection process. Our team aimed to design and fabricate a portable and a non-portable laryngoscope blade disinfecting device that will make the standard process of cleansing and disinfection of laryngoscope blades faster and safer for the medical personnel. We call it Clean Intubate. Among the features of Clean Intubate is a receptacle for the laryngoscope blades with an automated system for cleansing, disinfection, washing, and drying. It is also equipped with a sterilization section as well as temperature and timer controls. So even after the pandemic, Clean Intubate will still be applicable and helpful for medical personnel, especially for anesthesiologists performing intubation procedures.
Primarily with the Seabold disinfection technologies, we aim to protect our healthcare workers from getting infected with COVID-19.
But in the long run, we envision that our innovations will thrive in support of the healthcare system even when the pandemic is gone.
It is vital that we invest in disinfection technologies, as this will not only help put us through this pandemic together, but most importantly, it will save lives.